Hi, my name is Dr. Matthew Silverman. I'd like to welcome you to the Peaceful Practice, where I will enlighten you in practical ways to improve your physical, emotional, and spiritual health. I'm also passionate about empowering patients and becoming more effective partners with their physicians so they will get what they want and need from the healthcare system. Now, today, before talking about certain modalities of improving your health, I'd like to first talk about what you want from your health, what you want from your physical, emotional, and spiritual health, which I feel is more important before talking about certain tools, or another way of putting it is any type of treatment for a certain condition. Because a lot of conditions stem from the way people live their life, what they eat, how much they exercise or not exercise, and certain habits that they have. And I feel that a lot of these lifestyle choices arise from people not knowing what they want from their health. All too often I see patients in my office every day as a practitioner of internal medicine, and I ask people how they are, and most people just say, fine, I'm doing okay. But you can tell that people are not really okay. There's ways of have an intuition that people are not truly happy for the most part about their health. I mean, occasionally I'll have a patient who comes in and says they're excellent and they're feeling great, but that's not very common. I think a lot of people come to the doctor's office looking for some type of guidance, but I think a lot of people are afraid to ask for that guidance because I think a lot of people don't know what they want themselves from their health. So I've come up with a couple of simple questions to ask yourself about your own health, what you want from your health, and then I'll go into how you can become a more effective partner with your physician by communicating with the physician, because physicians can't read minds, even though, as I just mentioned, they have an intuitive sense of how people are, especially when they've had patients for many, many years, such as I have. So the first question I think you should ask yourself is, what is important in my life? And that can mean a whole host of things. It could mean what kind of work you do. Is the kind of work that you do important to you? Is it meaningful to you? Is your family important, which for majority of people it is? So those are things that you want to ask yourself of what's really important, and more importantly, how can I change my lifestyle, my habits, and my choices in order to make those things that are important to me attainable, in terms of, if I treat myself better, I'll be more effective at my work, which will give me more fulfillment. If I'm healthier and I am able to do more activity, I can play with my kids more outside and I won't be as tired out. So those are the kind of things in terms of a connection with your health that I think are very important to first ask yourself. Number two is, what gives me joy and fulfillment? What really gives me the most fulfillment, where I feel, or you feel, that you're doing your best work and feel that you're productive and important in your, either in your home life or your career. And if you don't feel that something is giving you joy or fulfillment, think back of, in your life, what really gave you real joy and fulfillment, because I believe that when you do something that is really fulfilling and joyful, it will impact your health immensely. I know for myself that even though I enjoy being a physician, giving out drugs and recommending surgery are not enough for me. I had to find other ways to make myself feel more fulfilled in my professional practice. And this is why I have promoted integrative and functional medicine, which are a holistic approach, a more comprehensive approach, instead of just prescribing drugs or surgery, to really promote wellness. And I will go into other videos about integrative and functional medicine, but I just, for right now, want to give you my own personal experience from that as well. So those are two of the things that I want you to think about. The third thing is also what is important in your life. What is the most important thing? Is it your work? Is it family? Is it a certain hobby? And if that's important in terms of, let's say, the mark you want to make in the world, the legacy you want to leave behind, those really have a important connection with your physical, emotional, and spiritual health. But those questions have to be answered. You have to first have that conversation for yourself. I know in my instance, I recently had to really look at myself and see the kind of things I was doing in my own personal life in terms of my nutrition and my lack of activity. And about a year and a half or so years ago, I made a conscious decision to change that. And I've been very, very happy with the results. I've lost weight. I feel more energetic. I mean, for example, I used to snack on crackers all the time in my office. I didn't have a proper diet, even though I'm a physician, and I was promoting weight loss. But I made a conscious decision and made it into a habit to improve my nutrition, to exercise, and to also start meditating and improve my own spiritual health, which I will also get into in further videos. So it takes a conscious effort and a decision. And finally, and everybody has their own points in their life where they make that decision. But if you really want to, if these three things that I talked about resonate with you, in other words, if you don't feel fulfilled or you don't feel the best that you don't feel as well as you want to, then have these discussions, these talks with yourself. And you can do it even in meditation, which I will get into in a further video. And you will find the answer. You will find where the direction where you should be going to. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is, how do you get there? Well, I believe it takes a team, not just one person. Even as a physician, and most people go to the doctor, and their doctor is the authority. They know everything that they need. And I think a lot of patients come into the doctor's office expecting all the answers from one doctor. But what I found is there needs to be a team of people. You need a team of people around you. But your primary care physician should be the point person. And in order to engage that point person, you should ask them questions, even ask about their personal habits. You shouldn't be afraid to ask your doctor, where do you live? Do you have kids? What do you like to do in your spare time? Get to know them as a person, not as a authority figure. I feel that that's very important. I once recently had patients that came not for a visit, but just to interview me. They just wanted to interview me to see if I was the right doctor for them. I had never had a patient in almost 15 years of practice that's ever done that. So interview your doctor. Ask them about what their habits are, their personal habits in their life. And you have to engage that one person, because that doctor will be able to reach out to other doctors and build a team around you so you can achieve your I would say goals, but it's not just a goal. It should just be a journey. And it shouldn't be like there are certain goals that you should set for yourself, but you also need to know in yourself, in your heart, what you want from your health, what you want from your life, what gives you joy and pleasure, because that's, I think, the most important thing, is to be happy and to have joy and pleasure in your life. And instead of just having specific goals. So the actionable point is, next time you go to your doctor's visit, his or her office, talk to him or her as a person, like you're talking to a friend. Don't always look at the doctor as just an authority, because if you look at the doctor that way, you won't have the kind of connection that you need to get to the goals and the wants and needs that you really want for your life. So this is Dr. Matthew Silverman. I look forward to talking to you again. Thank you.